My name is Ava Caldwell. I'm 29 years old, and I learned the hard way that an emergency contact can become a weapon. I woke up to a ceiling that wasn't mine. White tiles, a humming light, a faint beep that matched the rhythm of my panic. For one hazy second, my brain tried to place the room. Hotel? Airport? Some kind of office? Then the smell hit, antiseptic and plastic, and I felt the weight on my wrist where an ID band pinched my skin. A hospital. My throat went dry, my eyes shifted. A curtain, a monitor, a bag of clear fluid hanging from a metal pole, and a voice near my bed, gentle and practiced. Nurse. Ms. Caldwell, welcome back. Can you squeeze my fingers? I did. My hand felt like it belonged to someone else. Heavy. Slow. The nurse watched my face like she was mapping my return. Nurse. Good. You're in Harborview Medical Center. You had a syncopal episode and hit your head. No bleeding on the scan. You're safe. Safe. My body did not believe her. I swallowed. My tongue felt like sandpaper. Me. Where's my phone? The nurse's expression changed, just slightly like a curtain slipping. Nurse. Your mother has it. The words landed like a slap. Me. My mother? Nurse. Yes, we called your emergency contact. She arrived about an hour ago. She's been very involved. My stomach dropped so hard I felt it in my ribs. Me. Why did you call my mother? Nurse. She's listed as your primary emergency contact. My heart thumped against the bed. Me. No, she isn't. The nurse blinked, surprised in a careful way. Nurse. That's what we have in your chart. The number was confirmed twice. Confirmed. Twice. A cold wave washed through me, not from fear of the hospital, but from fear of the person walking around it with my name in her mouth. I tried to sit up. The room tilted. A hand gently pressed my shoulder back down. Nurse. Easy. You're dehydrated and your blood pressure dropped. We're stabilizing you. Me. I need my phone. Nurse. I can retrieve it, but your mother requested we keep you calm. She mentioned you get anxious and might spiral. There it was. The old word disguised as concern. Spiral. My chest tightened. My mother loved words like that. Words that made other adults glance at me with pity and listen to her with authority. Me. I'm not spiraling. I'm awake. I'm coherent. I'm requesting my property. The nurse hesitated. She wasn't an enemy. She was a person trying to follow protocol. But protocol, in the wrong hands, becomes a trap. Nurse. Let me get the charge, nurse. Me. And the patient advocate. The nurse's eyebrows lifted. Then she nodded like she respected the clarity. Nurse. Okay. As soon as she stepped away, I stared at the ceiling and tried to remember how I got here. The last thing I recalled was the grocery store, the harsh fluorescent lights, the sensation of my heart skipping a beat, then racing, my vision narrowing like a tunnel. I remember grabbing the edge of a shelf, trying to breathe, thinking, I just need air. Then the floor came up too fast. After that, nothing. I tried to connect the dots, but my mind kept returning to the same impossible question. How did my mother become my emergency contact? Because I was careful. I was the kind of person who did forms properly. I had my fiancé's number memorized. I had my best friend's number memorized. I kept a list in my wallet. My mother was not on it. Not anymore. If you're wondering why not anymore matters, I need to rewind. Because this story didn't start in a hospital. It started in my childhood kitchen, at a table where my feelings took up too much space and my brothers took up the whole room. My older brother, Grant, is 2 years older than me. In family photos, he always stands closer to my parents. In family stories, he always gets the punchline. He was the star, the favorite, the one who could break a lamp and still get comfort. I was the reliable one, the mature one, the one who could be trusted to not embarrass the family. When Grant got into trouble at school, my mother blamed the teachers. Mom, they don't understand him. When I got overwhelmed and cried, my mother blamed my personality. Mom, You overthink everything. In our house, Grant's chaos was treated like weather. My boundaries were treated like insults. My mother was never cruel in obvious ways. She didn't scream daily. She didn't throw things. She didn't disappear. She did something more complicated. She controlled with softness, with worry, with "I'm just trying to help." She would rewrite events in real time until my memories felt negotiable. She would interpret my tone for other people. She would offer my help before I agreed. And if I pushed back, she would switch to the version of herself everyone believed, the exhausted mother of a sensitive daughter. "Mom, I'm worried about Ava." That sentence made adults lower their voices and look at me like a fragile vase. It worked for years. By the time I moved to Chicago for college, I thought independence meant doing everything alone while smiling. I built a life, a career in healthcare administration, a small apartment with a view of a brick wall, friends who felt like chosen family, a golden retriever mix named Pepper, who snored like a tiny chainsaw. And then I met Noah Ramirez. Noah was steady in a way that made my nervous system feel confused at first. He didn't bait arguments. He didn't keep score. He didn't act like my needs were inconvenient. He worked as a paramedic, the kind who stayed calm when chaos tried to swallow a room. Our first date ended with a long walk and my phone vibrating with a missed call from my mother. Noah noticed the flinch in my shoulders. "Noah, everything okay?" Me. "Yeah, family." Noah didn't push. He just nodded like he understood that family can feel like a bruise. A year later, he proposed with a ring that looked simple and honest. No performance, no crowd, just him and me and Pepper wagging her tail like she understood commitment. "Noah, I want a life where you're safe." Safe. That word did something to me. We planned a small wedding for late fall, a ceremony by the lake, 50 guests, warm lights, no production. My mother treated our planning like an invitation to re-enter my life as the director. "Mom, we need a bigger venue." Me. "We don't." Mom. "Your aunt will be offended." Me. "She'll survive." Mom. "Grant needs a bigger role. He's family." Grant's role in my wedding was already larger than he deserved, existing without effort. When I held my ground, my mother returned to her favorite strategy. Concern. "Mom, you're stressed. You're making impulsive decisions." Impulsive. Another soft weapon. Another attempt to make my autonomy look like a symptom. I learned to keep conversations short, then shorter. And months ago, I made a practical choice. I changed my emergency contact. I removed my mother's number from my primary care portal. I updated it to Noah's. I added my best friend Tessa Lynn as secondary. I did it because I learned the hard way that control shows up at inconvenient times. And I didn't want my mother controlling my medical information, not after the way she tried to micromanage everything else. So again, how did she end up here now? The curtain next to my bed rustled, and my mother appeared like she had been waiting for her cue. Helen Caldwell, perfectly dressed in a beige trench coat, hair smooth, lipstick soft. Concern arranged on her face like makeup. She held my phone in her hand. "Mom." "Oh, sweetheart, you're awake." Her voice carried the exact tone that makes nurses lean in and think, "Loving mother." My body went rigid. Me. "Why do you have my phone?" Mom. "They gave it to me. They thought it was best." Me. "Why are you here?" Mom's eyes shimmered. Not full tears, just enough to look human. Mom. "Because I love you. Because I got the call and I rushed over." "Because you frightened me." Frightened. She chose the word like it would erase my questions. She stepped closer, then reached for my hand. I pulled my hand back. The IV tugged painfully. Mom's face shifted for half a second, annoyance flashing under the concern. Then it vanished. Mom. "Ava, please, don't do this. Everyone is trying to help you." Everyone. Not me. Never me, just everyone around me. Me. "You're not my emergency contact." My mother's expression froze. Mom. "Of course I am." Me. No, I changed it. Mom. You must have forgotten. Forgotten. Another rewrite. Another gentle lie. I stared at her. Me. I didn't forget. Mom's tone sharpened. Mom. You've been under a lot of stress with Noah, with the wedding. You get overwhelmed. You make changes without thinking. There it was again. My autonomy presented as instability. Me. Give me my phone. Mom. Not right now. Me. Now. Mom. Your heart rate will go up. The nurse wants you calm. Me. I want my phone. My mother's eyes hardened. The softness dropped. Mom. Noah is not here. My stomach tightened. Me. Where is he? Mom lifted her chin. Mom. I handled it. The sentence felt dangerous. Me. What does that mean? Mom. It means I'm protecting you. He doesn't need to see you like this. My breath caught. Me. He's my fiancé. Mom. He's a distraction. The words hit like a crack in glass. She had never liked Noah. He disrupted her access. Me. Call him. Mom. He's working. Me. Call him. Mom's mouth tightened. Mom. Ava, you're not listening. You're not well. Not well, not well, not well. I looked past her toward the hallway and saw the nurse returning with a woman wearing a badge that read, Patient Advocate. Relief hit so hard my eyes burned. Advocate. Ms. Caldwell, I'm Maria. I'm here to support you. Mom's posture stiffened immediately, as if a spotlight had been turned on. Mom, I'm her mother. Maria's smile was polite and firm. Maria, I understand. Ms. Caldwell, are you able to confirm your wishes right now? I swallowed, forcing steadiness. Me. Yes, I want my phone returned to me. I want Noah Ramirez contacted immediately. I want my emergency contact information reviewed in front of me. And I want my medical information restricted. Maria nodded. Maria. Understood. My mother's voice became syrupy again. Mom. She's confused. She's been anxious for weeks. Maria didn't look at her. She looked at me. Maria. Ms. Caldwell, can you confirm your full name and date of birth? I did. Cleanly. Clearly. Maria. Thank you. I'm going to ask a nurse to bring the chart screen and we'll review your contacts. My mother turned toward me, voice lowered. Mom. You're embarrassing yourself. The old shame tried to rise. Then I remembered. I was in a hospital bed. She was embarrassed by me requesting my own phone. That embarrassment belonged to her, not me. Maria gestured to the nurse. Maria. Can we get Miss Caldwell's phone returned to her now? My mother clutched it tighter. Mom. They gave it to me. Maria's voice didn't move. Maria. It belongs to Miss Caldwell. A beat. Then my mother handed it over like she was passing a dirty towel. My fingers closed around the phone, and immediately the screen lit up with a dozen missed calls. From Noah, from Tessa, and one from an unknown number. I tapped Noah's name with shaking hands. The call connected instantly. Noah. Ava! Ava, oh my God, where are you? I've been trying. My throat tightened. Me. I'm at Harborview. They called my mother. Noah's voice sharpened. Noah. I'm on my way. They tried to reach me. The hospital system blocked the call. The nurse only left one voicemail, then it disappeared. I thought I was losing my mind. Blocked. My stomach sank. Me. My mom did something. Noah. I know. Noah's tone held paramedic steadiness, but there was rage underneath. Noah. I'm 10 minutes out. Don't let her sign anything. My mother's face went pale at the last sentence, as if he had guessed the plan. I swallowed. Me. I'm not alone. The patient advocate is here. Noah. Good, stay with them. The call ended, and my hands shook so hard the phone rattled against the bed rail. Maria leaned closer. Maria. Ms. Caldwell, do you feel safe with your mother present? Safe. The question felt enormous. I looked at my mother and saw something I hadn't allowed myself to see clearly before. Entitlement. Not love, not worry. Entitlement to control. Me. No. Maria nodded once, then turned to the nurse. Maria, will request a privacy protocol visitor restrictions? My mother's voice snapped. Mom, you can't do that. I'm family. Maria's tone stayed even. Maria, family doesn't override consent. My mother stared at Maria like she had never heard someone speak that sentence out loud. The nurse rolled in a small computer on wheels and pulled up my chart. Maria stood beside me so I could see the screen. Contacts appeared. Primary emergency contact, Helen Caldwell. Secondary, none. My stomach clenched. Me. That's wrong. Maria. We can update it now. I scanned the screen further down. In the notes section, there was a line. Patient exhibits anxiety. Mother requests limited stimulation. My face flushed hot. Me. Who wrote that? Maria's eyes narrowed. Maria. Will request the audit log. The nurse typed. A list popped up. Changes to my file with timestamps and user identifiers. My breath caught. Entry. Emergency contact updated. 2 hours ago. Updated by patient portal access. Entry. Secondary contact removed. 2 hours ago. Updated by patient portal access. Entry. Communication preference set to contact mother first. Updated by patient portal access. It wasn't a doctor. It wasn't a nurse. It was a portal login. My mother's eyes flicked to the screen, then away. Me. You logged into my portal. Mom. I didn't. Me. The audit log is right there. Mom. Ava, don't do this. You're confused. You probably clicked something months ago. Maria pointed to the timestamp. Maria. This change occurred today. Mom's cheeks reddened. Mom. I was trying to help. Me. By removing Noah? Mom. By protecting you. Me. By cutting off my fiancé? Mom's eyes flashed. Mom. He stresses you out. Me. He is the reason I feel safe. Maria turned to the nurse. Maria. Update emergency contact to Noah Ramirez. Add secondary contact Tessa Lynn. Add a password protocol for information release. The nurse started typing. My mother raised her voice. Mom, stop, she's not competent right now. Maria's gaze stayed on me. Maria. Ms. Caldwell, do you understand what you are requesting? Me. Yes. Maria. Are you able to state the reason? Me. My mother is interfering with my medical communication. I want my fiancé contacted and involved. I want my mother restricted from my information. Maria nodded. Maria. That confirms competence for this request. My mother's lips parted, then closed. The nurse finished the update. Primary emergency contact, Noah Ramirez. Secondary, Tessa Lynn. Information release, password required. Visitor list, restricted. My chest loosened slightly. My mother's voice dropped low, furious. Mom, you're making a scene. Me, you hijacked my medical record. Maria addressed my mother, still calm. Maria, Ms. Caldwell, we're going to ask you to step out while we continue care. 2 security officers appeared in the doorway, not aggressive, just present. My mother's face twisted, hurt, outrage, disbelief. Mom, Ava, you'll regret this. The old reflex flared. Chase her, soothe her, fix it. Then I remembered the years of concern that functioned like control. I let the reflex pass. Me, step out. My mother's eyes widened. She wasn't used to hearing that from me. She left, trench coat swaying like a flag. The curtain fell back into place. Silence returned, but it felt different now, cleaner. Maria turned to me. Maria. Good job staying clear. Clear. I clung to the word. Me. What else did she do? Maria's eyes flicked toward the screen. Maria. We should check for other changes. Billing contacts, insurance, consent forms. Billing. My stomach tightened again. Within 10 minutes, Noah arrived. Not in uniform, not performing. Just him, breathless, eyes sharp, carrying the kind of focus people have when something precious is threatened. He reached my bed and gripped my hand carefully, like he was afraid I'd disappear again. Noah. Hi, I exhaled. Me. Hi. He turned to Maria. Noah. Thank you for being here. Maria gave a small nod. Maria. We're reviewing the chart changes. Noah's jaw tightened. Noah. I got blocked. Me. I know. Noah leaned in close. Noah. Did she try to sign anything? Me. Not yet. Maria pulled up another screen. Billing contact, Helen Caldwell. Insurance communication, Helen Caldwell. Preferred pharmacy, changed. Consent to share information, expanded. My stomach rolled. Me. She changed billing too. Noah's eyes narrowed. Noah. She wanted control of everything. Maria nodded. Maria. We're reversing it and putting a password on all releases. My phone buzzed. A text from Tessa. Tessa. I'm on my way. I got a weird call from hospital admin, and then it cut off. I typed quickly. Me. Get here. Bring your ID. Ask for Maria. Don't leave if someone redirects you. Noah watched my thumbs move. Noah. Do you want documentation? Me. Yes. Maria nodded. Maria. We can provide the audit log. Noah's hand squeezed mine. Noah. You're doing great. I got my motive the next morning. A hospital social worker came by with paperwork. Social worker. Ms. Caldwell, we need to confirm your insurance and billing contacts. There was confusion last night. Me. My mother changed them. We're correcting it. Social worker. There's also a consent form that was initiated. My stomach sank. Me. Initiated. Social worker. A request to designate your mother as a proxy for certain decisions. It was started through the portal. It was not finalized. Relief hit, followed by anger. Noah's voice stayed controlled. Noah. Can you document that she attempted it? Social worker. We can include a note. Noah. Please do. The social worker nodded, then left. My phone buzzed with a message from Grant. Grant. Mom claims you're freaking out at the hospital. Grant. Noah is making it worse. Grant. Please calm down. There it was, the family script traveling at full speed. I typed slowly. Me. Mom hijacked my medical record and removed Noah as my contact. Me. The audit log shows it. Me. Stop repeating lies. Grant answered quickly. Grant. That sounds like you. Grant. Always dramatic. Dramatic. Familiar and sickening. I set the phone down. I didn't owe my brother a debate. I owed myself safety. I was discharged 2 days later with instructions. Rest, hydrate, follow-up, reduce stress. Pepper exploded with joy when we walked in, jumping like she could erase the last 48 hours with enthusiasm. I sank onto the couch and felt my body finally crash. Noah sat beside me. Quiet. Me. She tried to become my proxy. Noah's jaw tightened. Noah. She tried to own you. Me. Why now? Noah hesitated, then pulled out his phone. Noah. There's something else. Noah. I held it back while you were in the hospital. Me. What? Noah opened an email and turned it toward me. From my mother. Subject. Important. Wedding budget. A revised budget for our wedding with a new line item. Family reimbursements. Mortgage support. $18,000. Grant business help. $12,500. Emergency fund replenishment. $9,000. Total. $39,500. My breath caught. Me. She wants us to pay them. Noah nodded. Noah. And she framed it as cleaning up misunderstandings before the wedding. The motive snapped into focus. Me. She needed control of my medical record so she could frame me as unstable if I refused. Me. And if I refused, she could push proxy access. Noah's eyes stayed on mine. Noah. We don't play this game. Me. I don't know how to fight it. Noah. We fight it with documentation, with boundaries, with truth. My mother invited us to brunch the next weekend as if nothing happened. Mom, we should all talk calmly. We arrived with a folder. Inside, the audit log with timestamps, the hospital note about the proxy attempt, screenshots of the forwarding rule in my email, and my updated contact forms. Grant was there too, lounging on the couch like the world owed him comfort. My father sat at the dining table pretending to read the newspaper. My mother greeted us with a smile that suggested we were guests, not people she had just tried to control through a hospital system. Mom, Ava, better? Me. We need to talk. Mom. Of course. Sit. Eat. Me. No. I opened the folder and slid the audit log onto the table. Me. This? My mother's eyes flicked down, then up again. Mom. What is that? Me. Hospital audit logs. Me. Portal changes from your access. My father's face tightened. Dad. Helen. My mother's cheeks reddened. Mom. This is private. Me. It's my medical record. Grant leaned forward, squinting at the paper. Grant. This is ridiculous. Me. You weren't there. Grant. Mom was trying to help. Noah's voice stayed steady. Noah. She removed me as emergency contact. Noah. She changed billing. Noah. She initiated a proxy form. My mother's voice rose, trembling. Mom. Because you stress her out. My father's eyes narrowed. Dad. You changed her record? Mom. I did what any mother would do. Me. You did what a controlling person would do. Grant scoffed. Grant. The drama. Me. The hospital called it interference. Noah pulled up the revised budget email on his phone. Noah. And this? My mother's eyes darted. Mom. It's a conversation. Me. It's a demand. Me. Sent while I was unconscious. My mother's anger rose. Mom. You're ungrateful. Me. I'm done being managed. My father leaned back, face hard. Dad. You're choosing him over us. Me. I'm choosing myself. My mother returned to the lever. Mom. You're not well, Ava. Mom. You're making impulsive decisions. Mom. Calm down. I breathed in slowly. Me. My emergency contact is Noah. Me. My secondary contact is Tessa. Me. My medical information is password protected. Me. You will not have access to my phone. Me. You will not have access to my email. Me. You will not have access to my finances. Me. If you interfere again, it becomes a legal issue. Grant laughed sharply. Grant. You're threatening Mom. Noah. We're setting boundaries. My father's jaw clenched. Dad. You can't cut off family. Me. Watch me. We stood to leave. My legs shook, but my spine felt straighter than it had in years. My mother followed us to the door, voice desperate. Mom. Please don't do this. Mom. People will talk. Me. Let them. And we left. The fallout arrived fast. Relatives called with concern that carried my mother's language. I answered with the same line until it stopped feeling like defense and started feeling like truth. Me. My medical record was altered without my consent. Me. The audit log proves it. Me. I'm safe, I'm clear. Some relatives apologized. Some relatives went quiet. Grant texted again. Grant, you're tearing the family apart. I typed a sentence I had practiced in therapy like it was a foreign language. Me. The family was already torn. Me. I'm refusing to be the seam. Then I muted him. Weeks passed. My wedding approached. My mother tried one last entry, softer. Mom. I'm sorry you felt controlled. Felt. Turning action into perception. I didn't respond. Noah and I moved forward with our plan. Small wedding, trusted people, no access. Tessa helped us set passwords with vendors. Two-factor authentication. No changes unless both of us confirmed. The wedding day was warm and simple, and ours? My parents came, but they stayed quiet. After the ceremony, Noah took my hands. Noah, you did it? Me. We did. Because that was the difference. I didn't have to be the stable one alone anymore. Months later, follow-up confirmed a manageable rhythm issue, worsened by stress and dehydration. Nothing fatal. Something to monitor. The doctor mentioned chronic stress like it was a footnote. For me, it was the main chapter. Chronic stress grows in systems where your boundaries are punished and your compliance is rewarded. Noah and I continued therapy, not because our marriage was broken, but because we wanted it built on something stronger than survival skills. I learned that guilt can be a withdrawal symptom, that fear can be a learned reflex, that calm down can be a command, not comfort. I also learned something else. A boundary can be quiet. It can be as simple as changing a contact, as simple as setting a password, as simple as not responding to a rewrite. Those small actions look boring to outsiders. To people like me, they are freedom. A year after the hospital incident, a letter arrived from my mother. Paper, handwritten, no dramatic language. She wrote that she started counseling. She wrote that her fear didn't justify her behavior. She wrote one line that sat in my chest for a long time. I thought access was love. I didn't forgive instantly. I didn't run back. But the truth finally existed outside my head. My mother wanted access. I wanted safety. The two are not the same. If we ever rebuild, it will be slow. It will be limited. It will be on terms that do not require me to disappear. Because the lesson that started in a hospital bed stayed with me. When someone tries to control your life in the name of care, the proof is in the systems they touch. A worried mother brings soup. A controlling mother changes your emergency contact. I'm 29 years old, and my life belongs to me. The next week, I requested the full audit packet from the hospital privacy office. Not a partial printout, not a single screen. Everything. Timestamps, user type, device identifiers, access points, and any staff notes connected to the portal activity. The privacy officer met me in a small office that smelled like paper and coffee. Privacy officer. This happens sometimes. Me. With parents? Privacy officer. With anyone who has enough personal information to reset a password. Reset. That word made me wince. My mother knew my childhood address, my first pet's name, my high school mascot. Every security question built for convenience was built for her. The privacy officer slid a packet toward me, a list of logins, several months of them. My throat tightened. Me. She accessed it before the hospital day. Privacy officer. Yes. The realization felt like ice water. Not a single incident. A pattern. She had been checking my appointments, watching my prescriptions, reading messages between me and my doctor, my medical life, observed like a reality show. And suddenly, small moments from the past rearrange themselves. My mother casually referencing a dentist appointment I never mentioned. My mother bringing up a lab result I never discussed. My mother hinting that I needed to watch stress right after my clinician messaged me about it. It wasn't intuition, it was access. I left the office shaking. Noah met me outside with coffee and quiet attention. Noah. How bad? I held the packet up like evidence from a crime scene. Me. Months. Noah's face tightened. Noah. Okay. Noah. We lock everything. Tessa joined that night with her laptop and a checklist. Tessa. We treat your mother like an insider threat. It was blunt. It was also accurate. We replaced every security question with nonsense. We removed any phone numbers that belonged to my parents from account recovery. We set unique passwords for every portal. We added a separate email for healthcare only, one my mother didn't know existed. Tessa also helped me write a short letter to my primary care clinic and specialists. I revoke any previous authorization for Helen Caldwell to access my information. I request a flag on my file. Do not release information without password verification. I request a note. Patient has experienced unauthorized portal access. The clinic's confirmed in writing. Seeing it documented felt like building a wall out of paper. Paper can be stronger than guilt. My father tried his own move. He called Noah directly from a number Noah didn't recognize. Noah let it go to voicemail. The voicemail arrived with my father's voice low and controlled, as if he was negotiating a business deal. Dad. Noah, this is Richard Caldwell. Ava is under stress. She needs space from you to stabilize. This wedding timeline is too fast. We need to slow things down. Call me back. He used the word stabilize the way my mother used spiral, like my emotions were a medical condition and my parents were the treatment. Noah played the voicemail for me once, then deleted it. Noah, that's manipulation. Me. Yes. Noah, do you want to respond? Me. No. Me. Response feeds it. Noah nodded. Noah, then we keep moving forward. Moving forward in my family was treated like betrayal. In my life now, it was survival. The hardest moment came unexpectedly at my bridal shower. I didn't even want a bridal shower. I only agreed because Tessa and Noah's sister, Carmen, planned a small one with close friends. Cupcakes, games, a backyard with string lights. For 2 hours, I felt normal. Then my mother arrived, uninvited. She walked into the backyard with a gift bag and a smile too bright. Mom. Surprise! The word felt like a threat. Tessa's face went still. Carmen stepped toward her like a shield. Noah wasn't there. He was on shift. My mother knew that. Mom. Ava, I brought something special. My friends looked uncertain. They didn't know the full story, only enough to sense tension. I didn't want to turn the shower into a confrontation. That was her goal. So I kept my voice level. Me. This isn't a good time. Mom's eyes filled with tears immediately, like a faucet. Mom, I'm your mother. I can't be banned from your life. Banned. She always framed boundaries like punishment. Tessa stepped beside me. Tessa, this is a private event. Mom, and you are who exactly? Tessa's expression stayed calm. Tessa, the person who stopped you from turning a hospital into a control room. My mother flinched. My friend's eyes widened. Mom, Ava, you see, this is the influence. This is the negativity. Negativity. Another soft label to make my allies look toxic. I breathed in slowly. Me. Leave. My mother's tears paused, startled. Mom, Ava, don't do this in front of people. People. Always people. Me. Leave. Carmen stepped closer, voice steady. Carmen, we'll walk you out. My mother glanced around, realizing she didn't have the audience control she expected. She switched to anger. Mom, fine. Mom, enjoy your wedding. Mom, you'll miss me. She left with the gift bag still in her hand, as if she couldn't stand the idea of leaving anything behind. The party restarted slowly. My friends tried to act normal, but my hands shook. Tessa took me inside for a moment, away from eyes. Tessa, you did great. Me, I feel like I kicked a puppy. Tessa's voice softened. Tessa, you kicked a boundary violator. Tessa, your nervous system is confusing the two. I nodded, breathing through the shaking. When I returned outside, my friend Lila touched my arm gently. Lila, I didn't understand at first. Lila, I get it now. That small sentence mattered, because for years, my mother controlled the narrative by controlling how I looked to other people. Seeing someone choose reality over performance felt like oxygen. The week before the wedding, my mother attempted another portal entry. This time she failed. The system sent me an alert. Password reset requested. The request location: Portland, my mother's city. My chest tightened. But this time I didn't feel helpless. I opened my authentication app, denied the request, and saved the timestamp. Then I forwarded the alert to the hospital privacy office and my clinic. My clinic answered with one line: "We have documented this and maintained restrictions." Documented. The word felt like armor. Noah looked over my shoulder. Noah, she's persistent. Me, she's losing access. Me, persistence is all she has. Noah nodded. Noah, and you're not alone. After the wedding, my mother tried to rewrite it again. She sent a mass email to relatives. Ava has been unwell. Ava has been influenced. Ava is acting out of character. My name repeated like a diagnosis. This time, I answered once. Not with emotion, with evidence. I attached a redacted audit log page showing the portal change timestamp and the emergency contact switch. I attached the clinic letter confirming unauthorized access attempts. I wrote 3 sentences. My medical record was altered without my consent. The hospital documented portal changes. My boundaries are permanent. I hit send, then turned off my laptop. No more debating my reality. No more performing sanity. Just living. Time did what time does. It exposed who cared about me, not about the story. Some relatives stopped contacting me. They preferred my mother's version because it kept family myths intact. Some relatives quietly supported me. They offered dinners. They offered babysitting for Pepper when Noah and I traveled. They offered warm, boring normal. Grant kept distance. He couldn't handle a world where my mother was wrong. My father remained quiet publicly, but he sent occasional messages framed as concern. Checking in. Hope you're okay. Family always welcomes you. Welcomes. Into what? Into the role he benefited from. I didn't respond. Noah and I built our life without their approval. The best part of this story isn't the hospital logs or the brunch confrontation. It's the quiet weeks afterward. Weeks where no one tried to control my appointments. Weeks where my phone was mine. Weeks where my heart rhythm steadied because my life stopped bracing for the next guilt call. I learned that peace feels boring at first when you grew up in chaos. Boring is a gift. Boring is safety. Boring is the sound of your own mind when no one is rewriting it. I'm 29. I'm an American woman with a job, a dog, and a marriage built on steadiness. And if anyone ever tries to use care as a cover for control again, I know exactly what to request. The audit log, the password protocol, the visitor restriction. Because love does not require access. Love requires respect. I still think about the nurse's first apology, not because she did anything wrong, because it revealed how easily a system can be steered by the person who appears most confident. Hospitals are designed to help. They rely on quick decisions. They rely on contact lists. They rely on people behaving in good faith. My mother used that good faith like a crowbar. And that's the lesson I share whenever someone near me updates their paperwork. Put the right person in your emergency contact list. Confirm it regularly. Remove anyone who treats your vulnerability as an opportunity. Because emergencies don't just reveal who loves you. They reveal who wants access. I know the difference now. I learned it in a hospital bed, with my phone in someone else's hand. And I will never hand it back.